What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. For this next video and for my next movie review, I'm going to be talking about a film that I saw about a week ago or so. I've just gotten around to doing this review and all that. It was a movie from last year, and that movie was Pixels. Pixels is directed by Chris Columbus, who directed the Home Alone movies, probably most prominently. He directed the Home Alone movies, both of them. The first two Harry Potter movies, Mrs. Doubtfire, and several others as well. And it stars Adam Sandler is the lead guy in this movie. I'd say he is the main focus of the movie. But Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Josh Gad, Peter Dinklage, Michelle Monaghan, and more. So, and they're the major characters anyway. So Pixels is about a video game about aliens, or it's about Adam Sandler's this guy who is a former video game champion, an video game arcade champion, and all that. He's a really good player. But in the tournament that he was in years ago when he was a kid, there was a tournament he was in years ago, and they brought, this tournament had kind of like game, kind of hard to explain, but so there's a plan back in the day where there is a video cassette or a tape of the arcade events, of the events at the arcade and all that, and that gets shipped into space. And aliens pick it up. They intercept it, and they think that the whole video game playing is an act of war against them. So they come down and they invade Earth, and it's up to the best video game players to, which are Adam Sandler, Sam Brenner, and there are a couple other characters as well, and they have to save the world from that video game terror, basically, from the video game, like, you know, this isn't much of a spoiler if you've seen the movie poster, but Pac-Man is one of those characters. So this is like 80s action. These are like 80s arcade characters, 70s arcade games, you know. And the video cassette is being put into Earth to show them what's going on and all that, I suppose. And, you know, so that's generally the plot of this movie. So yeah, I think I described it pretty good enough. A lot of these aliens are sending video game adaptations, like giant pixelated video game adaptations, down to Earth to try to destroy the planet. Or to try to attack Earth and all that, because they think, these aliens think that the video cassette that the humans sent from Earth in the 80s, they thought it was a declaration of war against them. So they have to go try to, they take it as an act of war, and they bring down the hurt on, you know, Earth and all that, and Sandler and his buddies have to try to stop it, try to stop the alien assault. So, as far as characters go, there are a couple standouts to me. Two in particular. Adam Sandler is good as usual. I think I'm a I'm a big Adam Sandler fan, even with his later films. I really enjoyed Adam Sandler's portrayal in this movie. I thought he was pretty funny. Uh, but the standout to me, the big standout, was Josh Gad. I think Josh Gad, for those of you who don't know, was Olaf in Frozen, and he's been in several other films as well. Josh Gad is a funny dude. He plays this really crazy, really crazy video game champion of the former champion of the '80s, and he's one of the people that has to save the Earth, and he just plays crazy so well in this movie. He really does. Peter Dinklage is another one of the video game champions. Central character in this movie for sure. He's good in the movie. I like his performance. Kevin James is the President of the United States. And this is no joke. Kevin James does play the President of the United States, as ridiculous as that sounds. He does okay. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Kevin James in movies. I thought, as his character in The King of Queens, he's good. He fits well in the TV world. But in the movie atmosphere, not really. Not really. But he's okay in the movie, I suppose. Michelle Monaghan is in the movie. She plays the love interest of Sandler's character. She does a solid job. Some small roles. Sean Bean. Sean Bean is in this movie. Weird to say, but Sean Bean is in this film. I mean, for those of you who don't know, he was in Patriot Games. He's in the Lord of the Rings film series. He was Alec Trevelyan in the Bond movie GoldenEye, my favorite Bond movie. And so he's in the movie. One of the hottest characters in the movie is Ashley Benson as one of the 80s video game characters. Needless to say, she is very nice to look at in this movie, for sure. Jane Krakowski is in this film. Jane Krakowski, probably most well known for 30 Rock. She was a major character in that TV show, the Tina Fey show 30 Rock. And Krakowski really does not do anything in this movie. She's just a filler character. A waste of a character, in my opinion, for sure. They could have done some more stuff with her. But yeah, those are pretty much the big standouts. There's a guy, Brian Cox, who's a veteran actor, has been around for a long time. He does a pretty good job. And some cameos. Dan Aykroyd makes a cameo in this film. Serena Williams, Martha Stewart makes a cameo. Madonna, Hall & Oates, and more. Alan Covert, who is a frequent Adam Sandler collaborator. And when I say frequent, he's like in every single movie. So yeah, the characters, they all do fine in this film and all that. My general impression of the movie is I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy this movie. I know the movie got negative reviews. A lot of critics blasted the film, but it's very common with an Adam Sandler film. Critics just hate on his films all the time, and I just don't think it's the majority of critics. The majority of critics just, I don't think they find that humor very funny, the type of humor that Adam Sandler has. But I find it funny, definitely. I really did enjoy this movie. Very engaging, very funny in parts, for sure. So I'm going to stop just short of giving it a 4. I'm going to give it a 3 overall. So meaning it's a good, solid movie. You know, nothing absolutely spectacular like, oh my god, that was the best movie ever. Not that at all. But it was funny. It was engaging. So I would give it a solid grade of 3. And to add to it, I mean, I give it a grade greater than I'd give it a high 3 grade. In the high 3s, I'd give it. So just short of a 4 for me. But yeah, this movie again, very enjoyable. I enjoyed watching it. I would definitely recommend it. If you're a big Adam Sandler fan. It is the same thing pretty much. It is the same thing Adam Sandler does in every single movie. But the type of humor in this film and all that, just the plot of the film's changed. But I like that kind of humor. Adam Sandler never grows old for me, for sure. He's one of my favorite comedic actors out there, and I hope he does a lot more like this, for sure. So, that is it for this movie review on Pixels. D-Rock 1992 out.